Alright guys, here we are. Been a while. I've been making some videos. I just hadn't posted anything. The progress on the car. As you can see, we've got it in the shop. In this video, I'm going to show you where we replaced the stock steering column. This thing is run off toggle switches. I didn't have a key to the column, all that kind of stuff. So what I did, I broke down, spent some money on it, bought a lightweight race, drag race, whatever kind of race, steering column, removable steering wheel, $29 on Amazon. The steering column is the same one that Rodney uses over there in Florida. It is I think it's Midwest Chassis, sells it. I bought the one that's got the All-Star Performance 5-point quick connect. Welded on there when I got it. All I had to do was weld the other end. I had a couple knuckles I put together. You'll see all that. We got it in, fabbed up, hooked up, semi-aligned. I hadn't put a tape on it or nothing yet. We got rid of the Bohemian redneck style rocker switches that was behind the shifter. After I drove the car, sitting in the car, got to thinking, when I'm strapped in, that's going to be an issue. I could reach it, but it looked ratty. I just didn't like it. So looked around, found a place on eBay. I'll put a link down in the description. I bought a 6-slot rocker box that mounts. Preferably it goes on a roll bar, but since this thing don't have a roll bar, I screwed it right to the top. The screws didn't come out the top of the car. It's on the structure on the inside. I'll show you that. I like it. It's a lot better, a lot cleaner, I think. You know, when I'm worried about clean. But anyway, we are currently wiring the car for the lights. We've got the Maynard Stang Car Show, September 27th. We're going to meet at 1 o'clock in Circleville, Texas. We're going to cannonball at 3 o'clock, about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, from Circleville through the back roads of San Gabriel, Texas, Pettibone, Texas, some real pretty river bottom land. We're going to cruise through, go to the car show, hang out over there with Cody Shoppy and his family. All the guys from the Cameron Car Club, a lot of those guys will be there. We'd like to get as many people as we could to come to Circleville, Texas to cannonball with us. I think that'd be really neat. We're going to take this car. We're going to take another car, probably the Trooper car you see in the back. I'll get it out, get it cleaned up. Either that or my wife will take one. She's not going to drive anything don't have air conditioning, guys. It's September. It's hot. She ain't if it ain't got air, she ain't going. So I'm taking this one, no air. I did fix the windows. You know, you'll see that in this video. We replaced the door moldings, outer door moldings. We replaced the stuff, the guide molding on the inside of the window. I'll put all that in this little video. You'll see some clips, things that we've done. Like I said, we're currently wiring the car. I've got the front end wired right now. On this video, I'll show you all the lights, show you how I ran the wiring. We're fixing to do the back. It does have the factory harness in the back. This thing's an 81. That crap is old. I am going to reuse the pigtails, the sockets. Those work. I've tested those using the old harness. But I'm going to cut the pigtails off. I'm going to run new cable. Actually, I've already ran new cable from the passenger kick panel where the ECU usually goes. That's where all my wiring is. I'll show you all a lot of that stuff when we replaced all the rockers and all that. I'll show you that wiring. I've already got a cable run from there. Wraps around the back. It's just dead-ended back here. We're going to cut the old harness pigtails off. We're going to get them wired into the new cable. We're going to get all that tied in today. We've got a brake switch that's up there on the discharge of the master cylinder somewhere. We're going to wire that thing in. Make sure we got brake lights. We'll have turn signals on this thing. We've got a really neat little master multifunctional switch we're going to use for the lights, high and low beam, the turn signals, and the horn. It is, if you look on, I think it's Motion Racework sells them. eBay sells them. That's where I got mine. It's cheap. I got on, my wife is a Pinterest fan, so you go look for anything that's 3D printed. If you think about it, it's already out there. If you'll search it on Google, somebody that's got a 3D printer will print it for you. Sure enough, I looked for this little mount for this little multifunction switch, and lo and behold, there's one out there. So we'll show mounting that thing. Here's the multifunction switch. You can see left and right turn. The lights, that's off. That's low beams. That's low and high. So, and there's your horn. So, like I said, that is a different pigtail. That's just an aftermarket pigtail I bought. I used a couple of those weather pack ends. I went ahead and repinned it for what I'm going to use. I've got new cable run to the back of the car. So, when the mount for this thing comes in, y'all get to see it. If it shows up today, it'll be in this video. Y'all stand by for the next clip.
Okay, guys, excuse the mess, but here we are, making improvements. This black panel with this set of switches is coming out, okay? I can't get over all the wires on the side. All those cables going to be hid. Only thing you'll see is these tack wires, you know, because I didn't want to drill a hole in the dash. Just lazy. Anyway, that's coming out. That's what we got. That is a metal eBay box. I'll put a link in there. And these are switches that you can buy pre-laser cut. Hope you can see those. That's push to start, momentary, main power, fuel, electric water pump, electric fans, and that's an extra for accessories just because it was a 6-panel box, and we're going to expand. We're not going to have lights up there on the roof right now. There's the new box, and it's just drilled and screwed because there's no headliner in this puppy. You know, of course, if you ran a headliner, it's still doable. I mean, you'd have to drill through the headliner, but that's okay. I like it up there. It's out of the way. It's not cluttered up like that garbage. I just tie wrapped the cables over to the side. Right now they're just hanging, but I'm actually going to get me, I've got some little vibration dampers with a loop and a screw. I'll probably use the existing screw holes that you see for the molding. It'll be hid up against there like that. I don't plan on putting the plastic back, but who knows? We'll see how we get when we get there. Anyway, y'all stand by for the next clip.
All right, guys, here we are. Everything on the front of the car is wired. The OCD kicked in, so I went ahead and bought me some, got on LMR, had them send me some front turn signal lenses. I'll show y'all how they're mounted in there. It's redneck, but it works. There's no inner bumper on this thing. None of that extra weight. I'm fat enough. I don't need no extra weight in it. I need it light. So we fabbed it up, made us a little bracket out of an old license plate, and got them mounted. Everything is working. All we got to do is get that multifunction switch mounted in the car, and we'll have it going. Everything, I have checked all the bulbs, had to replace a couple, had to replace a headlight. But other than that, the front end is done. We're moving on to the back. Now, the harness, this is it right here. It is, you know, I use that split loom. That's some good braided stuff. You get on Amazon, you can buy it in different sizes. Everything is ran to right here. You can see the pins. There's my ground. Nothing has landed up here yet. I'm waiting for my Amazon guy to show up. I need end for that booger that plugs in to this booger. High and low beam, left and right turn. Ground is totally separate. I've got a ground bar right down there. That's where this is going to land. So, y'all know what we're doing. It's not hard, not rocket science. Getting this thing going. A couple other things I did do. Got a regular air cleaner on it since we're going to take it out on the dirt road and, everywhere else. I found that thing when I was cleaning the shop in a box. I don't know how long I had it. eBay purchase, but it fits fine. Had to hog out the hood a little bit, but that's okay. You'd have never known if I'd had the hood closed. But anyway, it fits up under there nice. Everything's good. Do have a leaking radiator. That radiator I've had for years in a couple different projects. eBay's going to bring me one today. We're going to replace that sucker. It's got the contour fans on it. Stays plenty cool. So that's where we're at. But the front end of the car is done. Moving on to the back of the car. Y'all stand by for the next clip. All right, guys. Here we are. Tail lights. We got to get them wired up. What we're working with is we have pulled us a whole new cable all the way to the back. We're using it to fire the fuel pump. My fuel pump relay is right there. We already got the fuel pump wired up to it. It's working. We've drove the car off of this cable. Today, we're going to be wiring up the brake lights, running lights, left and right turn on the back, and license plate light. Just now thought about that. We might do something a little different on the license plate light. We're gonna put something out here. We're not gonna have it in the hatch, because at some point in time, that old 400-pound hatch has got to go. We got to find us a lightweight hatch, or cut the glass out of it, cut this booger all to pieces, and get it down to where you can hold it up with at least a broom handle. This thing right now, it takes two people to lift it. Get it off. It's a two-man job. That ain't gonna fly on this thing. We making 275 wheel horsepower. We need all the lightness we can get. So if they let me run without a hatch at the track, I might do that, but that's a no-no where I go. So we're kind of shopping around for a fiberglass hatch. If we can find one, or y'all got a lead on one, shoot me a comment down there with an email address or something, and I'm interested. But that's what we're working with today. We're going to be wiring up the rear tail lights, getting all that working. We're going to rob the existing, the old stock cable is there. We're just going to cut these pigtails, make us a new harness, and it's going to go where all the rest of our stuff goes, down the passenger side, down to the front floor kick panel, and everything will be right there. So y'all stand by for the next clip. Let's get this thing going. Okay, guys, all I did was just nip the wiring right there at the pigtails. There's the driver's side, passenger side, left them in there. Got my new cable laid right here. Gonna get all that kind of specced out. There's the old dilapidated crap that came out. So it ain't ever going back. It's going to scrap. So we'll get this thing wired up, get it looking all nice and pretty, and we will see what we got here in a little bit. Y'all stand by. We'll show y'all a little bit of wiring. Stand by for the next clip. Okay, guys, here we are. Got the backup light. We have the turn and brake light, and the running light and brake light, I guess. We'll figure this out. All right. Y'all stand by for the next clip. We're going to start on this thing.
Okay guys, what we're going to do here, this is a Amazon 12 volt M12 for a Milwaukee with a little 12 volt adapter. So I've got 12 volts right here. What I'm doing is just verifying my wiring. Okay, this is the ground. Well, y'all bear with me. That's the ground. All right, one of these should be running lights. I'm thinking that's running. Okay, let's see if this is brake or turn. See how much brighter? So, passenger side orange is turn, brown is running, black is ground. That's how we're going to work that. Y'all stand by for the next clip. Okay guys, here's not the outer bulb. The first one we did was the outer bulb. This is the inner bulb. Brake light turn. So based off what we learned a while ago, this should be running lights. Okay. Then this orange should be our brake or turn. See how much brighter? Brake or turn. There we are. So what I'm thinking on this rig, I'm thinking the outer is going to be the brake, bright light, orange wire. It's going to be the brake light. The turn light, right turn, is going to be the inner bulb. So it'll have a running light and it'll have a turn flasher. That's what we're going to do. Yes, those are LED aftermarket bulbs. I don't know. We'll see if I like them. They might look like garbage in these tail light lenses that are 1981 vintage garbage. So, all right, guys, here we are. Working on these brake lights. That's brake lights. I've just got it temporary in with my little, my little M12 battery. But that's brake lights. Y'all stand by. Let's see if we can get some running lights. All right, guys, there's running lights. And if you'll notice, running lights, the inner bulb comes on too. So going down the road, you have an inner bulb, you have an outer bulb. Running lights, both bulbs, the not as bright, the low light is lit up on both sides. Those are LEDs. They don't look too bad. Let's see what we got when we do like a left turn. Y'all stand by. It's not going to flash. I don't have a flasher, but we should get one bright light on the left side. Stand by. All right, guys, there's our left turn. That's the bright lamp on the inner bulb on the left side. Once I put a flasher up there, you know how flasher works. 12 volt power to it. It heats up, opens, closes, open, close. Yeah, that kind of jazz. So there's left turn. Let's check right turn. All right, guys, there's right turn. We're making progress. Y'all stand by for the next clip. Okay, guys, gals, got us some braided split loom on it. Got it cleaned up. Got it tucked in. I did ground it back here on the original ground post right yonder. But it is going to be grounded to the ground bar at the front too. But that ties the front ground bar to the back of the car. So if I ever want to just tie a ground in back here, it is grounded. Loomed all the way across. I do have a provision for a license plate light right there. That is tied into the running lights. I'll just ground it on that. That was another reason to put a ground back here. I've ordered me a little bracket that actually bolts to the license plate bracket. Has a LED bar to light that up. Of course, you know, my farm use tag will be off the back of the car when it's on the street. But until then, we're sporting it. But looks like we got the back of it done. We're waiting on a Amazon delivery for a Delphi weather pack connector to tie the front harness into the main harness, and we're really close. And we're waiting on the bracket for the multifunction switch. So we get those two things in, we'll have lights on this thing and we'll be good to go. Y'all stand by for the next clip. Okay guys, here we are. That's running lights. We got a little LED light bar we mounted to the rear license plate. Y'all stand by. Let's get a little blinker action. All right, there's a left turn on the rear. Left turn signal. Let's do a little right turn. All right, a little right turn. There we go. Now all we got to do is get the reversing lights working. Working on that right now. Trying to locate a plug for the transmission. That way I don't have to just put it on a switch or something like that. Y'all stand by for the next clip. Let's check the front lights. What do you say? All right, here we are. Low beams. Right turn signal. Right there down at the bottom. See side marker. I don't have it tied into the flasher. Not going to. Y'all stand by. Let's do a little high beam and let's do the left turn. All right, guys, here we are. Left turn, high beam. I've got them all wired in. The only high beam is the inner lamps. Now, at some point, I'm gonna replace the outers with 3-pole or 3-prong high-low beams. Right now, it's wired up for that, but those outer bulbs only have the low beam element. So, right now, that's what we're rolling with. All right, y'all stand by for the next clip. All right, guys, here we are. We're almost done. Gonna leave it like this for a little bit. Hadn't decided if I want a key on the car or not. Anyway, we got a lot of it cleaned up. We still got a little tie wrapping to do under here, but you know, clean this up a little bit and get that tie wrap together. Can't really do a whole lot with that mounted right there. If I could do it again, it'd be mounted up yonder, but you can't adjust anything. So that's the way it's going to be. All the wiring for the car is over here on the side. I got to tie wrap it up, get it cleaned up, but this is going to go away. This is my key switch for now. Everything else is 100% no toggle switches. All that old crap that was down there, I'm going to take this bracket off when I get rid of this switch here. That'll be gone. Like I said before, probably no carpet. I hadn't decided for sure, but what we're working with now for controls, instead of that mess down there, is up here above the rearview mirror. Wiring runs down. There's one cable is for the power for everything. It's fused, comes off fused down there in the little fuse block. The other cable is a 6 conductor, I'm sorry, cable, goes to the switches. All right, let me show you what we got. Y'all stand by. I'll turn on the master kill switch back here in the back. Okay, with the master kill switch on, coming right here, we turn this. This is basically my key. I'm going to put a key on it just to turn the ignition and everything on, where I could kill it from in the car, or if I'm somewhere and I want to leave the car, I can at least, the ignition will be off. Yeah, they can steal it easy. That picks up a master relay, turns on the lights. Let me turn my, there we go. Turns on the lights, tells me I got power everywhere. Okay, now the car is not going to start because I don't have the ignition turned on, but push start. Okay, that's the power for the ignition box. This is fuel pump right there. This is water pump, cooling fans, and that's accessory. I'm not using that yet. So that's where we're at, guys. We're sitting there right now with everything controlled from up here. We'll come back down here. We're going to turn that to off. Kills power. All right. That's where we're at. That's how we're going to leave the car, with the exception of this little raggedy switch that I've kind of got, I'm going to call it lariat over here to the side. Guy I work with, we used to call Lazy Larry, but anyway, that, it works. Yes, it works. Larry would tell you it worked, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do something a little different. Of course, we got fingerprints all over the dash. These dashes, they tell you, oh, Velcro them on. Man, that don't work. Not for me. I'm banging around in here. This one is screwed on each side underneath where you can't see it. And I grabbed that factory bracket that was kind of angled down up there, put me a slip nut on it, and drill a hole in the dash, and that booger is on there. She ain't going nowhere. So that's where we're going to leave it. Anyway, y'all see what we're working with? Y'all stand by for the next clip. Okay, guys, steering column is as good as it's going to get for now. I wanted blinkers, I wanted headlights, I wanted all that. I didn't want it on rocker switch, so I kind of looked around, found this little multi-function switch. Headlights, brights, left and right turn, and a horn. And I bought this little bracket that basically clamshells around a lightweight race column. Bought that off Pinterest. I think I gave 20 bucks for it. But it's in. Steering wheel is quick detach, you know, comes off. That's what we're dealing with right there. Steering wheel, multifunction switch, works good. Y'all stand by for the next clip.
All right, guys. Just want to wrap it up. The video's, like I said, way too long. Probably should have cut it down into something else. Hopefully y'all hang with it. Watch the video. The old car's coming along. It's running good. Couple things I got left to do. Y'all see in the upcoming video, I've got to put the pigtail on the reversing switch on the transmission. Wire that into the reversing lights. Other than that, all the blinkers, flashers, everything works. These cars, this car itself, a lot of cars out there, we're closing in on 9,000 subscribers to the substandard Foxbody group. Without Tussin, 5.0 Tussin in Florida, Pirate, the mad scientist David, old Kevin out there, Eric, the donut guy. Without those guys in, you know, putting videos out, and especially old Rodney, saving cars, building them his way, I would have probably never built this car. I had guys reach out to me. Even this morning, I had a guy reach out to me that's a Pontiac GTO guy. Said, hey, man, I love it. Those guys in this car would have never been around if it wasn't for Rodney. I appreciate you, Rodney. The group appreciates you. We're looking forward to more videos from you, Rodney. And you'll see more videos of this old pile. We're going to take this thing on the road. We're getting insurance picked up on it the next day or so. We're going to actually haul it down the road and under its own power. Trying to get my wife to ride in it. No air. Y'all know she don't ride in the car, don't have no air. But if it's late in the evening, she might go eat some nachos. So appreciate you guys for watching. Give us a like and subscribe. Y'all have a blessed day.